everybody, it's Lindsay. Today I'm bringing you guys a book haul of all of the books that I have acquired over the past month and that I'm really excited to read. Let me know if you've read any of these yourself, if you like them, if you didn't like them. So I'm gonna go ahead and start with the one that I've already talked about on my channel and I actually have a review for. I'll go ahead and link it down below if you're interested. But it is The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. This is a start to a YA fantasy series in which we have our main character Jude, who's been whisked off to fairyland with her sisters, and she kind of deals with the political scheming there. As I said, I have already read this, so if you are interested in seeing a review, I'll link that down below, as I said, and you can check it out for yourself. Most people are loving this and giving it 5-star rates, so you might love it. I just didn't. But you know, what can you do? The next book I acquired was Everless by Sarah Holland. Now this sounds super, super cool. First of all, I love it because it has like those scalloped pages that make it feel like an old-timey book that I just love. So this book takes place in a world where the wealthy control everything, and that actually even includes time, because everyone uses their blood or the iron in their blood as currency. Now, of course, the rich have all of the time in the world, and they essentially and quite literally bleed the poor dry so that they're giving life and years and blood to be able to afford things like housing and food. Our main character Jude's father falls ill and he's giving up a lot of time, so she needs to find a way to be able to get more time for him to survive. So it looks like she takes up a post in this fancy estate, and from there I guess a whole bunch of shenanigans happens. This actually looks really interesting and I'm intrigued to see how this whole concept of blood as a currency kind of takes off. It sounds really dark and I'm totally into that, so I'm excited to get into this one. The next two books I'm going to show together, and they are both by Libba Bray, and that is The Diviners and Lair of Dreams. I almost forgot the title. I have already read The Diviners and I really, really enjoyed it. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I just hate the cover of the American edition. I have this one. This is the cover that The Diviners I have, and as you can see, this is the UK cover, and I think this one is so much cooler. The Diviners follows our main character Evie, who lives in 1920s New York, and she lives with her uncle after being kind of kicked out of her town in Ohio for getting up to mischief. He runs a museum for occult, and he has been enlisted by the New York PD to help solve a crime that seems to be religious in nature. So Evie gets wrapped up in her uncle's investigation, and she gets into all of this occult madness at the same time that she's kind of coming to terms with the fact that she may have some powers of her own. This book is really fun, it's creepy, it's diverse, it definitely is a page turner at some points, and it's really immersive, especially with the 1920s kind of vibes it gives. I really enjoy this, so I'm super excited to get into The Lair of Dreams. The only thing I'm upset about is, like, they're different sizes. I ordered them and they're different sizes and it's so sad. I didn't know that was happening. The next book I already mentioned from my TBR this month because I really want to get to it, and that is One Dark Throne by Kendare Blake. Now this is the second book in a YA high fantasy series that follows 3 sisters that live on a matriarchal island, if that's a word, matriarchal. They live on this island, and tradition states that they have to fight each other to the death for the throne. The first one, Three Dark Crowns, was a little bit slower, and so people didn't like it as much. I stuck with it and I still enjoyed it, and I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, but I'm really excited to get to this one because people say this is a lot faster paced, so I'm there for it. So I've already talked about this one on my TBR too, but I'm currently reading The Anatomy of Story by John Truby. Now this is a story all about writing craft that teaches authors how to write good stories and make good characters and develop plot. A lot of authors and blogs and AuthorTube channels have recommended this as one of the best resources that you can use if you're writing a story. So I've just started it. I'm only about 60 pages in. It's pretty good. It's dense and thick, but there's a lot of information in here. And as you can already see, I've kind of tabbed it up already. So I'm enjoying this, and I hope that it helps me perfect my story a little bit. Next we have just a little tiny book for fun. Okay, this isn't much, but it is The Sagittarius, which is a full horoscope calendar and all about Sagittarius book for the year of 2018. I'm not really one that puts stock in a lot of this stuff, but I can't say it's not fun to just kind of look through and be like, oh yeah, that applies to my life or whatever. So far, no such luck, but you know, it's just for fun. So my next book is one that I'm super excited for, because that is Sleeping Giants by Sylvain Neuvel. This is super, super intriguing and mysterious to me. The synopsis is very vague, which I think is the point, because I think you're just supposed to trek into it not knowing really anything and just kind of get swept up. But from what I understand, this follows like little statues and figurines that have been found all over the world. And I guess these figurines or these statues or whatever are different body parts. So like one's like a giant hand hidden under rock, and another is another body part hidden somewhere else on the total other side of the world. And I guess like carbon dating doesn't work on them. They can't figure out what it means. All of the sudden there's like intricate carvings that arise on them, and carbon dating can't really identify them, and all of a sudden like military reports are redacted and the government is like trying to hush it up, and it just is kind of like, what does all of this mean for humanity? It sounds kind of creepy but like kind of cool at the same time, so I'm ready. Let's go. Let's get scared. Aliens. Here we go. So the next book I have is The Deep Blue by Jennifer Donnelly. As you can see, this cover is beautiful and it has a mermaid on the front, which is very intriguing to me. And it has this beautiful map on the inside, and I love books with maps, so this is super cool. This follows the princess of a mermaid tribe, I suppose, and she is going to be taking over the throne one day, and of course there's like, she doesn't want to do that and she has to marry someone, and there's all this stuff going on, but she is having these prophetic dreams about some great evil coming back and destroying the Merrill world. Now I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm a little nervous for this. I don't have high hopes. I get so nervous when I pick up mermaid books because a lot of times they do end up being super cheesy. As you guys may know, I'm writing a Merrill book myself, which is about like Celtic mermaids essentially. But at the same time, I want to read what other people have out there. So yeah, if you've read this or if you've heard anything about it, let me know down in the comments because I'm really kind of apprehensive. Okay, the next book I'm like super pumped for because I want an arc for it and I'm like, yeah! And that is The Boy, the Boat, and the Beast by Samantha M. Clark. Now this book too has a very like vague synopsis. It sounds like a boy washes up on this mysterious island. He doesn't know where he is and he doesn't know how he got there. And he sees this bright light and he follows it, and then from there he goes on an adventure where he kind of has to face his greatest fear in order to get home. It's coming out in June, so there's not a lot of other reviews for it, so I'm really kind of excited that I get to like, you know, review this for you guys and let you know what I think. It is middle grade, so if that's something you're interested, that'll be awesome. I just recently got back into middle grade for like the first time in 10 years last year, and I really enjoyed all of the middle grade I read, so I'm excited to pick this one up. And the last book, guys, I am so excited about because this awesome woman wrote a book. She got it published and I watched her entire journey and I just love her so much. She's the sweetest, and that is Keeper by Kim Chance. Now Kim Chance is an author tuber. She's been on YouTube for years now and she gives amazing writing advice, and she has documented her entire journey writing this book, the highs, the lows, everything. Definitely go check her channel out. I'll link it down below. This is about a girl that's just trying to live her life and have a normal teenage experience when all of a sudden she is attacked by this 200-year-old witch that sets her off on this crazy adventure, and she finds out she's part of this legacy tribe of, or legacy group of witches, and she has to find this grimoire and save it from this evil magician. It just sounds like so much fun, and it's also set in the South, which I'm really excited about. Some of my family's from the South and I just love it down there. It's so beautiful and it's just like warm. I don't know, when I think of the South I think of warmth, and I'm really excited. Not a lot of books are set in South, I was gonna say South America, but like the South of the United States of America. So it's really exciting to see a book set down there. On the cover it's got like an old Victorian manor. I don't know, I'm just here for it. I'm really excited for Kim Chance and I'm excited to read and review this. Alrighty guys, so that is my book haul. Let me know down below if you've read any of these, if you're excited for them. I know I am. Some of them I'm apprehensive about, but you know, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!